What's up, guys? Justin Captain Pro here, back with some more branding content for you. Today we're going to talk about how to grow your brand fast. I'm going to hook you guys up with 5 key things that must be an absolute priority for you on a week-by-week basis. These are things that are not only going to help you scale your brand quickly, but also sustainably. I want to talk about how to get your audience to put you on their calendar and plan to engage with you. I want to talk about how to become memorable versus forgettable, and how to stand out amongst everyone else that is playing the game with you. I want to talk about one key success secret that will have a huge impact on your ability to grow quickly, yet most people still don't do it. I want to talk about one absolute non-negotiable for your brand and business to succeed, and the stats to prove why so many still continue to fail. And then lastly, I want to talk about one significant thing that you must maintain as a continual weekly priority, or you will fall behind and struggle to grow in today's competitive market. All right, so if that sounds like exactly what you need, hang tight. We're gonna dive right in. You guys know I do not waste my time, and I choose not to waste yours, so let's jam. Guys, my name is Justin Captain. I'm a startup business mentor and branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your idea into a profitable and scalable brand, leveraging the power of social media marketing. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I put up a minimum of 3 new high-value uploads each week with topics focused specifically on branding strategy, social media marketing strategy, personal development for business owners, as well as some awesome tips and hacks for how you can expand your influence on YouTube and grow a brand new channel fast. All right. Also, I would love to invite you to join my free Facebook community called YouTube PRENEURS. If you are an entrepreneur considering starting a YouTube channel, or if you are already working to grow a YouTube channel, this is an awesome community of entrepreneurs that will definitely be a support system to you in your YouTube journey. All right. You can check that out by visiting www.youtube-preneurs.com. The link is also in the description of this video. I would love to get you plugged in and see you inside that group. All right. Let's dive into today's content, shall we? We're talking about how to grow your brand fast, and I'm sharing with you 5 key things that must become a priority for your weekly business schedule, right? So that first thing I want to talk about is how do you get your audience to put you on their schedule and continually plan to engage with you? So your priority number 1 is to continually position yourself as a constant source of value. One of the things that I've always been very good at, and I've always made a priority in my business, is to find problems that I can solve for my audience. One of the things that I think my clients would say about me is that I'm very good at taking difficult subjects and breaking them down into very simple terms so they can know how to digest them, apply them, and work through them to get results in their business. To position myself as someone who can solve your problems, to be a resource for you, to be a guide for you. So one of the things that I do in my schedule on a weekly and monthly basis is I'm always looking ahead to see what is my audience dealing with right now? What kind of problems are my clients facing? What kind of problems are my new prospects facing? What kind of things can I do to be helpful, to be resourceful, to be valuable, and give people resources, tools, and ideas that they can take and apply and see results from? So as I plan out my weekly and my monthly schedule, I'm always looking forward to be like, what do I want to do this week to position myself to be valuable, to position myself to be helpful, to position myself to make an impact in the lives of the people that choose to engage with me. So this week is branding week. I'm talking all things branding, and I'm covering a variety of different angles and things that I know people are trying to figure out. And how do I know that? Because I ask them, I engage with them, I listen to my audience. I'm constantly finding ways to pull and gather information to figure out what are people really dealing with. Are people trying to figure out how to set up more income streams? Are people trying to figure out how they can scale more quickly? Are people feeling stuck? Are they feeling frustrated? Are they feeling like they're falling behind with the fast pace of the market today? So how can I find ways to help them with their branding, help them be more strategic? Because honestly, guys, my mission every single day and every single week is to give you what you need to be successful. My mission every single day is not to make more money and not to attract new clients. My mission every single day is to help you, is to be a good steward of the time and attention that you pay me, because I have a high level of respect for your time and energy. I know that you have options every single day for who you want to connect with. You have choices for the people that you watch. So I have a high level of respect for the fact that you're even sitting here watching this video right now. So I know if I'm going to title a video, how to grow your brand fast, then I got people that are going to watch that and be like, Justin, how do I grow my brand fast? I want to give you the very best information that I know will absolutely work for you. I'm just not just trying to get watch time, not just trying to get clicks on my videos. I'm sincerely trying to give you the very best information that I can give you, things that I know worked for me as I grew my brand, and things that I had to kind of figure out on my own. Nobody told me this stuff. I had to learn it. So what I'm telling you, this tip number one, is one key thing that I've learned by being in business for myself for nearly 6 years now, is that one of the fastest ways to grow your brand is to build a loyal audience of people that recognize that you are a source of value, and you train them to realize that no matter when, how, or where I engage with you, I'm going to get some great information from you that's going to be helpful. If you can position yourself as a constant source of value, your audience will see that, and they will plan to engage with you, and they'll invite their friends, and that's one tremendous way that you can grow. So that has to be a priority for you in your weekly schedule. You've got to be continually looking for ways to how you can position yourself as a source of value, all right? That's number one. The second one I want to talk about is how to become memorable versus forgettable. How to stand out amongst all the other people that are playing the game with you. So the second key priority I want to give you is to continually demonstrate what you want to be known for and who you want to be known as. Now, when I ask you that question, what do you want to be known for? Hopefully you've got some answers to that question already, but if you don't, think about that for a second and ask yourself, how do I really want people to view me? How do I really want people to engage with me? For myself, I want to be known as one of the best branding strategists that you know. I want to be known as someone who gives you step-by-step guidance to break through the challenges that you're continually facing. I want to be known as someone who takes tough subjects and breaks them down into very simple terms so you know how to apply them and get results from them. I want to be known as someone who cuts through the noise and gives you no bull, no fluff, straight up strategy so you can take what I give you and go apply it right now. I want to be known as someone who's going to challenge you, encourage you, inspire you, to motivate you. I want to be known as someone who's going to be a giver to you. I never want you to have an experience from me where you feel like I've drained your energy. I want to be someone who fills up your cup. So if you have any type of experience with me, whether it's live on a phone call, or whether it's live on a video, or whether it's at a networking event, any experience with JC Pro should pump you up, should build you up, should inspire you, and make you feel like you can go out and achieve. One of the things that I say often is my mission is to get you thinking differently, acting differently, and believing differently than you would have if you had not otherwise had that experience with me. I want to be someone who fuels you. I want to put fuel in your tank and get you to move forward. So for me, that's what I want to be known for. That's who I want to be known as. I want to be known as an inspirer, a motivator, a teacher, a mentor, a guide. So when I say those things for myself, it's important for me to recognize that that is who I've decided to be. That is who I have committed to be. So as I go about my days and my weeks and my schedule, and I'm planning the way I want to operate my business this week, I need to be continually asking myself, what am I doing to be a fuel source for my audience this week? What am I doing to be inspiring? What am I doing to be motivating? What resources am I given this week? What training am I given this week? How am I proving myself helpful? How am I maintaining my position as memorable? Or am I just someone who's doing the same old thing? I have to be constantly looking at how am I leveling up my craft and leveling up my brand, because if you just stay the same, you will become forgettable. When I go forward 6 months and look back to where I am right now, I want to look back and be like, you know, I was figuring some things out then, but I still wasn't as good as I am now. I want to be constantly leveling myself up, and that's a commitment. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens with intention. So I'm going to challenge you. The way that you become memorable is to constantly challenging yourself to be who you've decided you want to be for your audience, and constantly showing them new ways that you are leveling yourself up. Just think about the idea of a follower in general. A follower can't follow someone who's not leading. Right? So you have to become a leader for your brand, a leader in your niche, a leader in your industry. You have to be someone who's got creative ideas, new concepts, new solutions, new resources, someone who is paving a way that other people want to follow, all right? So that is something that needs to become a priority in your weekly schedule, is challenging yourself on how you are going to level up this week and be better this week than you were last week, and so on and so forth moving forward, all right? That's number 2. The third one that I want to talk about is I want to talk about one key success secret that will have a huge impact on your ability to grow quickly, yet so many people still don't do it. And that third priority that I want to give you is intentionally seeking to connect and establish new relationships with people in your industry, as well as with new connections, all right? Relationships are everything. Your business is built on relationships. You have to be seeking out new people. Yet so many people still don't make that a priority on a weekly basis. I will tell you, early on in my business, one of the things that I did well, and I really didn't do it as a strategy at the time, I was just trying to meet new people. I was trying to make new connections. Nobody told me to do this, but one of the things that I committed to on a daily basis was I committed to connecting with other people that were influencers in my space just to establish new relationships. But because I was genuine in my approach, and because I wasn't trying to be sleazy or disingenuous, I was genuinely connecting with new people. I attract tribe members quickly because of my genuine approach to providing value. I would join in someone else's broadcast and I would engage with the audience. I would engage with the broadcaster. I'd add value to the room. If I had made a new connection, I would send people a genuine message and say, thanks so much for connecting with me. Excited to get to know you. I would genuinely ask people about their businesses. I would look people up. I would seek out new friends on Facebook and on Instagram and just take a genuine interest in what they were doing. And what I didn't realize at the time was how impactful that would be for my business down the road, because so many of my tribe members who now engage with me on a day-to-day basis would tell you that one of the things that attracted them to me was my real approach to being genuine. I built my business one relationship at a time, and I think that's something that's a lost art right now. I think so many people are in a hurry to grow that they're just focused on what they're doing and what they can get. And I'm going to challenge you to shift your mindset and make this a priority on a weekly basis, to commit a certain segment of time on a weekly basis to genuinely connect with other people. Pour into someone else. Give to someone else. Make yourself a resource to someone else. I promise you it will pan out for you. I believe wholeheartedly that when you serve effectively, sales happen naturally. When you genuinely position yourself as someone who really, really cares and really wants to be a great connection, a source of value, and really establish relationships with people, those people will keep coming back and they'll bring their friends along, all right? So number 3 is to intentionally seek to connect and make new relationships. That has to become a priority for you on a weekly basis. And if you're taking notes, I would write this down. Your business and brand will grow at the same pace at which you are able to develop and grow new relationships, all right? Relationships are everything. That's number 3. The fourth thing I want to talk about is one absolute non-negotiable for your brand and business to succeed. And I told you that I was going to share some stats with you to prove why so many people are still continually failing. So this fourth priority that I want to give you today is to follow up and continually cultivate your current connections. While I absolutely believe it's so important to be continually looking for new relationships and continually seeking to grow your tribe, it's also tremendously important to make sure that you commit time, energy, and focus to people that have already connected with you. All right, this is where follow-up becomes tremendously important. Let me just share some statistics with you real quick. All right, check this out. I'm sure you've heard the phrase before, the fortune is in the follow-up. Well, this really proves it. These are some stats that I pulled together from 2019 and 2020 to demonstrate how salespeople are really struggling with this follow-up process. So 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop, and less than 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts to a potential prospect. Now, if you shift into the sales, 2% of sales are made on the first contact, 3% of sales are made on the second contact, 5% of sales are made on the third contact, 10% of sales are made on the fourth, and 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. The results that you seek are waiting on you, not them. Isn't that eye-opening? But it's so true. I can tell you this from my own business, that it's consistently a large percentage of my clients that pay me premium fees take numerous follow-ups, numerous contacts. I've shared with you guys before that it takes an average of 5 to 7 positive experiences with your brand before someone is usually going to be willing to take a next step with you or commit to you on any level. The problem is so many different marketers are trying to close sales on 1 to 2 contacts. They think they can throw up a video or provide a great free resource and people are going to roll right in and buy buy it from you, and that's just simply not the case. It takes time to develop and cultivate that trust that's necessary in a relationship for people to actually commit to you and invest in your services or in your products. All right, so I'm going to challenge you with this. This number 4 is to follow up and cultivate your current connections. You need to be constantly making it a weekly priority to make sure that whoever has already connected with you, you are constantly looking for how you can establish new impressions. What is it going to take to get that person to the next level? What does this person need from me? If that person's already downloaded a free resource from my website, what's a good next step for them? Are they ready for a phone call, or do they need another free resource? What about the people that are just watchers and just watching my videos? What do they need to get taken more real steps towards me? What about the person that already had a phone call with me but hasn't committed to a product yet? What do I need to do with them? It's very important to have some sort of a lead tracking list so you can keep track of the people that are engaging with you, and you can make note of certain steps that they've taken with you. I highly encourage you to lay out some sort of a tracking mechanism that can track impressions. So if they've downloaded something from your website, that's an impression. If they've engaged in one of your free videos, that's an impression. If they joined your webinar, that's an impression. If you've reached out through Messenger, send them a message or send them a friend request on Facebook, that's an impression. If you've had a phone call, that's an impression. You want to keep track of those things so you know where you are in the customer journey with that person. But if you don't make that a priority on a weekly basis, that's why I'm talking about this. These are 5 key priorities for how to grow your brand fast. If you do not make follow-up a priority in your weekly schedule, it will not happen. This is why so many people struggle with this piece. It's because it's not fun. Follow-up is not fun. Most people don't like following up. They feel like they're chasing people. They feel like they're pressuring people. You don't have to. It's all about the perspective that you have of follow-up. I don't chase people. I don't try to convince people to buy anything from me. I'm not a pressure salesman. What I do is I'm constantly making sure that I'm being a source of value, and I just check in with my people. So if someone's visited my website and downloaded something, I'm going to check in with them in a few days and just see how they're doing with it. If I got someone that sends me a new friend request on Facebook, I'm going to go and look up their stuff and reach out to them. Hey, checked out your Facebook page. Love what you're doing. Can't wait to get to know you more. That's an impression. That's genuine. I'm not being salesy. I'm just taking time to commit some time and energy into that person. But I track all those things so I know where I'm at in each of those people's customers' journey. So then as I work through that process for myself and as I'm getting into my follow-up, I know what I need to do to continually keep those people moving forward and eventually reach out to me. And eventually that's how I acquire my clients. All right. So customer follow-up is very, very important. It has to be on your priority list. All right. The last one I want to give you, number 5, is something that I believe is an absolute priority for you. And if you do not make this a priority, you will fall behind and struggle to compete in the very saturated marketplace that you're dealing with today. And that 5th one that I want to give you is to always be creating, planning, or learning. If you are not continually leveling up your brand, you are falling behind. Justin, what does that mean? It's important with all the things that your business requires of you, and the leads and the content creation and being a source of value and making new relationships and cultivating current relationships and all these things that you have to do for your business to keep your business rolling. It's very, very important to have you and your brain as the leader of your business to always be in a position of creating, planning, or learning. This is something that I always do. I'm never stagnant. If I'm not creating something new for my business right now, I'm planning something that I'm going to create. If I'm not planning or creating something for my business right now, then I'm learning something new. I'm always leveling myself up. You need to be constantly in a season of leveling yourself up. You're either creating something for your brand, you're planning something for your brand, or you're learning something that's going to help you as a business owner or help your business in general level up. Always be in a position of creating, planning, or learning. So seasons change, right? You're gonna go through different seasons. So I go through seasons of creation. Like earlier this year when I launched my brand new app. If you want to check that out, you can go to jcproapp.com and download my mobile app. It's on the App Store on Apple or on Google Play. So over the course of 90 days, I was in a season of creating. I was creating my new app. Prior to that, I was in a season of planning on what I wanted to do to level up my brand. Then I go through seasons of learning. where I want to learn new skills, I want to acquire new things, I want to make myself better or make my brand and my business better. So you'll go through different seasons, and that's okay. I don't always have to be creating. I don't always have to be planning. I don't always have to be learning, but I do want to make sure that I am doing at least one of those things. And in some cases, I might go through seasons where I'm creating and planning together, or I'm planning and learning together. That's okay, but you always want to make sure that you're doing at least one of those things: creating, planning, or learning. If you're ever in a season where you're not creating, planning, or learning in your business, you're stagnant and you're falling behind, all right? And that's important for you as the leader of your business to be innovative, to be constantly pushing the envelope of your skills, and to be giving yourself something that's going to take your brand to the next level and give your audience something really inspiring to follow, all right? Those are 5 key success secrets that will absolutely help you grow your brand fast and must become a priority in your weekly schedule as you work your business, all right? Guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. If you enjoyed that, I would love for you to smash that like button, certainly subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and drop me some comments down below along the way. What was your favorite tip of the day? What are you going to do to put this into action? I love your comments. I love your feedback, and I would love for you to give me those comments down below so I can see what you're doing. I love knowing how my content has impacted your life, right? So I love those comments and very much appreciate them, guys, all right? That's what I got for you today. Have a beautiful day. Be intentional with your time and energy. Get after those goals that you have, and I will see you all around the web, right? Take care. God bless. I'll see you guys later.